Stories of 5 brothers in Tambo. At the edge of a bustling African village lived 5 brothers and their energetic dog, Tambo. The youngest, Mudi, was just 7. Then came 10-year-old Kazi, the middle brother Balo, 13-year-old Jabari, and 15-year-old Theo, the oldest. Every afternoon after school, once homework was done, the boys in Tambo dashed out the back gate. There, the forest opened wide, and beyond it, the rugged mountains waited like a promise of adventure, the secret treehouse. One sunny Wednesday, after a long week of rain, the boys returned to find the world behind their house freshly washed. The leaves glistened. The air smelled of wet earth and wild flowers. Tambo bounded ahead, barking at birds and chasing scents. "We should go beyond the dry river today," Theo suggested, hoisting his backpack. "Maybe we'll find new insects," Kazi said, eyes lighting up. "Or climb trees," shouted Mudi, already running. They crossed the dry riverbed, really just a stony path now with only a few puddles from the rains, and wound their way through thick bushes and tangled roots. They hiked upward, slipping once or twice on wet stones, until they came to a clearing. There, like something out of a dream, stood an enormous baobab tree. Its trunk was thick as a small house, and its branches stretched wide like welcoming arms. "Whoa!" Balo whispered. "It's perfect." "We could build a fort up there," Jabari said, his eyes scanning the branches. "No one would find it." Theo smiled. A secret treehouse. And just like that, a new mission began. For the next few weeks, the baobab became their secret. After school, they'd gather scraps from around home. Old wood, ropes, nails, even leftover planks from Papa's shed, and carry them deep into the woods. Theo drew up the plans. Jabari did most of the climbing. Kazi found clever ways to make the wood fit. Balo helped everyone get along when tempers flared. And little Mudi? He was the team cheerleader, handing up nails, pointing out birds, and making sure Tambo didn't eat their tools. They worked together like a well-oiled machine. They built a ladder from tied branches lashed with vines. They nailed wooden planks across a wide fork in the tree. They hung up a small curtain for a door, made from an old sack. By the 3rd week, the treehouse was real. Not fancy, but sturdy and proud. They sat inside it that Friday evening, watching the sunset blaze gold and orange across the city skyline. "It's perfect," Mudi whispered, hugging Tambo close. "Let's name it," Kazi said. "The Sky Nest," Jabari offered. "The Baobab Base," said Balo. "How about the Fives Fort?" Theo asked. They all nodded. "Fives Fort," they chorused, grinning. The treehouse quickly became their new base. They brought notebooks to sketch bugs and birds. They used old jars to collect strange beetles and shiny stones. Kazi even rigged a pulley system to bring up snacks and water bottles. They read books up there, told stories, and watched eagles wheel overhead. One afternoon, while walking back from Fives Fort, they heard a strange sound, like rustling, snorting, and then a sharp bark from Tambo. They froze. A few meters ahead, by the dry river, stood a small duiker, shy, tan, and wide-eyed. Behind it, a rustle, and then another appeared. "Deer!" Mudi gasped. "No, duikers," whispered Theo. "They're forest antelope." Tambo, ever curious, took a step forward. The duikers vanished in a blink, bounding into the underbrush. "That was amazing," Kazi breathed. "See?" Mudi said proudly. "Animals love our fort too." The next day, they added a lookout post to their treehouse, just in case they saw more animals. From up there, they spotted monkeys swinging in the canopy, colorful birds, like the weaver bird with its yellow feathers, and once, even a snake slithering along a branch far below. they were careful. They never left trash behind. They never stayed too late. They knew the mountain was wild and alive, and they were visitors. One Saturday, Papa came into the kitchen while they were drawing new ideas for their fort. "What are you all building these days?" he asked, raising an eyebrow. Theo glanced at the others. They'd kept Five's fort a secret, but now... "We built a treehouse," he said, "in the big baobab, past the dry river." Papa smiled slowly. "The one that stands like a giant at the clearing?" "You know it?" Mudi asked, wide-eyed. "I used to play there as a boy," Papa said. "That tree's older than this city." The boys stared at him. "I even carved my name in it," he added with a chuckle. The next day, they searched the trunk. Sure enough, deep near the roots were the faded initials. J.M. Papa's name was Jamal Moyo. From then on, the treehouse wasn't just a fort. It was a connection between generations, a place of memory and imagination. As the weeks passed, the boys kept building. They added a second platform, a rope swing, and even a bird feeder. Sometimes Mama would pack them biscuits and juice. Tambo had a little cushion up there where he'd nap in the sun. And every time they climbed the baobab, they felt like kings of a hidden world, watching the city from above, exploring the wild, and dreaming of the next adventure waiting in the trees beyond.